So the reason why I've started Flame Talks, I've never told this story to anybody. Why did I start Flame Talks? Because after my 14 years of exile from my corporate job, I started my own business, but I was never into limelight. I never did any of this PR or any of these activities or book writing or author, nothing. So suddenly I think couple of years back, maybe last year, I decided I have to go back again to mainstream business. Until then I was having a healing business and a simple small business. So I wanted to get into leadership and coaching. So I started doing it. Wrote my first book, Inspire, Impact, Ignite. And then I had to do the marketing for it. So on Instagram I saw an ad for somebody was doing a podcast. Okay, they were inviting people to tell a story and they will feature it. They had some million followers. So I applied for it and they rejected it, saying that yours is a personal story, it is not suitable for our platform and nobody will be interested in it. That is when I realized that like me, there are thousands and thousands of people in this country who has a story. I mean, everybody has a story. It's just that they don't know that they have a story. What was the story that they have rejected is that I've told from where I started my career. I was washing dishes in a hotel like this, in housekeeping, when I was 17. I started from there. Okay, step by step, I worked my way around and I entered F&B, and then I went into QSR, quick service restaurant, then I entered to retail, and from there I came here. So this is a story for me. I thought it's a good story for somebody who is washing dishes today in a big 5-star hotel, need not think low of him or less of him compared to anybody else, because everybody got equal opportunities and potential. So that's how Flame Talks was born. I thought India has huge potential, that there are many people who are not born with a silver spoon. I mean, we heard stories about Tata and Birla and other people who right from the childhood born into poverty and then became millionaires and billionaires. We need not become millionaires and billionaires. Okay? If we can overcome one challenge, and that challenge can be shared with anybody across the country, and that can inspire even one person, then all the struggle that you have gone through is worth it. All the suffering you have taken is worth it. So when my story got rejected from that famous podcast, I kept it in my mind that, okay, when I get time, I will do something which these people are not doing. And I will go to the grassroots level, still a village, okay, to get people out and give them a voice. That's how Flame Talks was born. That was the conceiving idea. Now, if you see today's world, there is too much of information now that AI is there everywhere. I mean, you can know the information, I can know the information, anybody in one corner of the country can also have the same amount of information. But there is no transformation. The amount of information is too much and the amount of transformation in each individual is too less. We all were raised by listening to our grandmother's stories. She told so many stories, your mom told so many stories. It could be from our culture, ancient wisdom, Ramayana, Mahabharata, or from your own family. Someone did this, and today they are at a better position, they are a government employee, for example. That's a success story for our grandmother, because anybody who becomes a government employee is successful that time. But now, anybody who becomes an IT employee is successful this time. Probably going forward, you might tell your children, anybody who is a master of AI is successful. And things change. But the common thread among these three generations that I've given example is that there's no transformation, there's only information. So how do you transform? When you listen to a story, you transform. But then today's social media has publicized it so much that if to transform people, to inspire people, you have to be somebody famous, or you need to be a celebrity, then only people will follow you, otherwise nobody will follow you, nobody will listen to you. I want to prove them wrong. Okay. A single mother who raised her kids, she is not a celebrity. An entrepreneur who failed again and again and became successful or on the way to success is not a celebrity. A student who is fighting anxiety, a student who is afraid of writing an exam is not a celebrity, but they inspire each of us every day, isn't it? Like for example, Razia told today that, at 9th class, she stopped her studies, but she didn't give up. She is a celebrity for me because how many people who have stopped their education have gone into other things, whereas how many people who stuck to their goal, to their dreams, to their path, and then overcome that and have reached to where she has reached. Okay? The point is this: you need not become a millionaire or billionaire to inspire people. If you have overcome any struggle in your life ever, you have a story to tell. So, when I realized that there is more information and less transformation, to bridge that gap, we have Flame Talks. Now we have to prove the social media also wrong, that you don't have to be an influencer or a celebrity or a famous person to actually inspire people. So hopefully I'm thinking that one day Flame Talks will become a movement where anywhere you hear a conversation, you would say, this story belongs to Flame Talk stage. I want to get to that level. We don't want to become famous, but we want to make the people's stories famous, not the platform. Okay? So that is the whole idea and the dream that I'm thinking of. So when you leave today from here, think about it. Rather, don't think that which story was good. Ask yourself, what is the story that I'm still afraid to tell? Okay? Because somewhere in this country, somebody is waiting to hear that story. And that will transform their life. So it is your responsibility to share your struggle and to share your suffering with that person who will get motivated and then who will take one step. As I said, they don't become Tata and Birla, but they will take that one step which will pull them out of the suffering. And you will be responsible for it. So if you have a story, you have a responsibility. They say, with the greatest power comes greatest responsibility. Spider-Man has made very famous. So your greatest responsibility is to share your story. Not because you have a story, but because you don't want other people to go down. You want to lift the other people. I don't know how many of you know the story of red ants. The story of red ants is red ants. When the floods come, all the ants will get swept by the water. So to avoid that, what they do, they hold hands. And then they form a not human, they are ants. So they form a ship, ant ship. So that they all stay together and they float on the water irrespective of how much flood is there in the Amazon. Red ants are basically in Amazon. So like that, if humans, instead of focusing on themselves, if we focus on each other and help each other, not monetarily, not economically, not financially, not intellectually, but just by telling our story to everybody, so that our voice can raise something within them which is about to sleep, that can activate them and then give them a hope that tomorrow they can also get, or they can also achieve what you are planning to achieve. So that was the purpose of the Flame Talks. So I hope you will get this today. Thank you so much. And if you have a story to share, please let us know. We will be very happy to host it on this platform. Thank you very much.